I'm sure we've all heard stories of people who were rushing, and they're late for work and they're hurrying, and they get stopped by every stoplight.
Oh my God.
You
That's
have
happened
to
to all of
wait,
us, right? Oh,
and then you find out if you would have left your house at the time you were supposed to have left your house in, you may have been involved
yes.
in a fatal car accident.
Yes. Or you get to the office and the electricity has been out, so no everyone's like standing outside, or you know what I mean, like something, and you go, "Whew, I guess I won't be in trouble for that because I did." Like, so which way is fate, or which way? Like, yes, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And what exactly is fate versus just luck or free will? Some things we just won't
Or
know.
just life.
Just life, yes, just life. And some things we just won't know. We really won't know. There are some things I do. I was meant to have the two sons that I have, and they were meant to have me as their mother and Mike as their father. Like that, there's no way around that. That was fate. Now, the relationship of my husband and I, that was I supposed to marry? I like to think yes, I was meant to marry him, but was that really fate, or was that just the choices that I made? Right. So there's some
Yeah.
things that are kind of
Don't
like,
know.
I'm not sure. Or let's say I was meant, so it was, my children were meant to have us as parents. That could have been different. Like we maybe never got married and had kids.
Sure.
Or maybe it was just, maybe we did get married, but we divorced right after the kids were born, or, you know,
And I don't know. Do we put too much thought into fate?
yes, that came quick. Yes. And
I believe so.
maybe we just need to sit in gratitude. Just plain old be grateful for all the good that comes.
For all that comes.
That's true, because even the bad stuff.
Because
Yep, yep,
when we
yep.
start judging good things and bad things in our life, we get
Yeah.
such a narrow view.
And yes, keep going. I have something else to say about that, but yes.
So we were talking a few minutes ago about getting good parking.
Yes.
So, you're in a rush and you just have to run in and do one thing and get out and be on your way, and you're pulling in and someone's leaving right up front and you get to pull in and you're
I
like,
love
"Oh,
that.
thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you."
Woo!
But
How
then
do
there's times you want to rush and you just want to do this one thing and you're wanna, and you get in there and you have to walk
oh,
what seems like forever. Maybe it's a half a
you're
block.
at
Maybe
the
it's
back
across
of
the
the
parking
parking lot.
lot
Right.
and you have to walk. When we judge that as a bad thing or as
Yes.
bad luck, as an inconvenience,
Yes.
ooh, we are missing so much.
And you draw more to you, because like attracts like, right? So if you're in that low vibration of
Yes,
not trusting, of being spinning, oh fuck this, fuck the goddamn
irritated,
blah blah blah
aggravated.
blah blah.
You
You're
spend your whole time walking through the parking lot,
yes,
grumbling and frumbling. You're going
yep,
to go into the store.
yep,
Whatever you have to do is going to take longer.
yep.
You're going to catch whatever
You're gonna get the
that's out
crappiest
there.
teller, the
It's
cashier
it's
person.
not going to go as smoothly as you want.
No, no,
And then you're going to grumble all the way back. And then
yes,
your drive to the next place is going to be horrid because
yeah,
you just said, like attracts like.
yeah,
You have to park across the parking lot and you go, "Oh, gosh, what a nice day. I'm just going to
right,
stroll. I am going to take a minute and I'm just going to, okay,
right.
go about
Or
my
just
day."
just be thankful that you had the opportunity to stop there, that you got any parking spot.
And wow, okay, look, the last parking spot.
Yeah.
Woo-hoo!
Well, it'll be easier for me to get out this way. I mean, like
We'll
you
do the
said,
exit.
yes.
Yeah, yeah.
And to be parked
And
up
then
front, you have to get through all the people to go, right?
that's true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Perspective is huge.
Huge.
So you go in and you make your transaction and you get out and shoot. This way, you are back on the road.
Yep.
Before you even probably got to the store because you're grumbling and stumbling and you're having to stop for people pulling out of their parking spots.
Yes.
You gotta
Yes.
stop for
Yes.
It's crazy making.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what was faded in that, or I guess what you said was like the there's no good or bad. And what I was going to say to that is spirit doesn't see in good or bad.
No.
At all. That's not the way spirit looks at it at all. So spirit is going to bring to you that thumbs up just came again, right when I was saying that.
Really?
Show up on my, yes. So for all of you, just so you know,
I didn't see it.
wow. Yeah, anyway. Yeah. So
That's awesome.
yes. A little thumbs up comes every once in a while, and it always seems to be when I'm talking about spirit, and it's a time that really a thumbs up is appropriate. It's bizarre.
It's amazing.
Thank you, spirit. Here's one of those times that you just sit in gratitude, say thank you, spirit, and I have to sit back so my head doesn't
disappear.
Yes. It's been a day. But spirit doesn't see it in good or bad. Spirit sees it in what you need right now. What's for your highest good right now? Is it to, I was just going to say, give the lessons. That's always a big thing, are the lessons, right? Oh, I just lost what they gave me. They gave me something pretty profound.
Oh.
Or must not have been because it just went away. It's yeah, I lost it. It'll come back.
It'll come back.
It will.
Yeah. Yeah. So allowing ourselves to go through our day with a little less judgment.
Yes.
I mean, as humans, trying to eliminate judgment altogether is nearly impossible.
Mm-hmm.
At least for me. I mean, I try.
Yes.
But that is part of being human.
Yes.
And I think that's part of the spiritual journey, is to learn to discern when we use judgment and when we don't, because we have to make judgments.
Yes. Being completely non-judgmental is really not an option. It's really not judging other people, not judging, but even then, it depends on the type of judgment, right? Like,
right.
I have enough discernment, enough judgment. I can decide if I want to hang out with a certain person or not.
Right.
I like them, I don't, whatever. That's judgment. What I want to eat for dinner, there's judgment. What I'm going to wear, judgment. So to be non-judgmental in any way, our baby is judgmental. Would it be judgmental would be the difference.
One of the weirdest things about the English language.
Yes.
Is that we have so many words that can be interpreted.
Interpreted. I like that. Yes, they can be interpreted differently.
We have so many words that mean so many things.
Yes.
Where other languages, they have separate words for discernment, judgment.
Yes.
And they would never intertwine them, or whatever I'm trying to say.
Yes. I think everyone who listens often speaks Mari-Lyn.
Yes.
So everyone's understanding.
I hope. We do. American English is oof.
Yes.
It
It's
is.
a hard
And
language to learn.
I
Yeah.
have heard it's a hard language to learn. So whatever the word is, judgment, discernment, we have to use that in our day-to-day life.
Yes.
When we take it to a place of personal attack.
Yes. And where it comes from. So if I'm being judgmental, if I'm judging another person and I'm being not kind, really that's, I mean, we all know this, right? But it's really something in me. I'm being triggered by something they're doing, something I'm
Right.
seeing. There's some wounding coming up and like poking at me. I remember, well, even I think it was our last podcast. I said something about how, sorry guys, but women dress for other women. Like because we are so judgmental. But if I'm judging you by something you wear, like, oh, look, she thinks she's something in there. Hello, Pam. There is something going on within me
Mm-hmm.
that's wrong. There's some wounding in me. There's something coming up for me. And that's why judgment is so detrimental. It's really what it does. It erodes us from the inside. And it just doubles down on our wounding. It doubles down on just being in love, being a friendly, loving, kind human when we start judging other people like that. And at the same time, we're also human and we go through that. We go through it. Especially when we're young. We do a lot of that. Yeah.
Well, part of that is emulation.
Yeah, true.
When we're young, we're emulating
Yes.
what we see.
Yes.
And we learn it so well.
Which is why it's so easy for actors and musicians and so forth to really, I mean, they can manipulate thousands of people, all of them, younger people. It's usually younger people. They can, because that's who younger people look up to, is someone that was in a movie or someone that I was going to say rock group. I don't think they're rock groups anymore. This, whoever it is, these stars, as they would call them, right?
Sure.
They can just be manipulated. So, and not to say that all of them, all the stars or whatever, mean to manipulate. Some do. Some do. But yeah. And manipulate's not even the right word. I'm struggling with my words at the moment. I think I need to get grounded. Should we get grounded?
Ooh, would you like to open space?
Yes, because
So if you are doing something that you can stop, please do. If you're driving, turn down the volume. Give us, a moment. If you're in the kitchen with a sharp knife, put it down, please.
Yes.
I don't want you cutting yourself.
And I think
allow the grounding.
Yes. I'm not going to say that. All right. Woo! All right. Spirit, we asked to open this space around Mari-Lyn and I and around everyone who's listening whenever they come to this podcast and are listening. We asked to close down any doors we've opened energetically, any holes we've created, anything where our overthinking has created space where it's unneeded, or if we're emotionally in the middle of something and emotionally it's of low vibration and it's opened up spaces for us to continue feeling bad, spinning with our brain, whatever that is. I'm not even sure what's coming through right now, but someone is having some hard time right now and needs to hear that. And it's time to pull back from the overthinking, the overstressing. Spirit, we ask to be grounded. We ask to be present. We ask for, ooh, yeah, for our devas to feel safe, for our ego to soften, to get smaller, for our left and right brains to come together in a nice balance. We ask that everyone hear what they need to hear today, what spirit needs them personally to hear to open up communication to their own personal wounding, to receive clarity on what's needed in their life today. That's what we ask for everyone listening, including us, to get from this conversation. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, everyone. And so it is. Right. Yeah.
Thank you.
I was really, this conversation might trigger some people emotionally, which often happens with triggers, right? That they either see in themselves the judgment or someone in their life is judging them and they're spinning out about that. They're really hurt by it. Something like that. And so yeah. And so getting grounded and listening and pulling away from that. If someone in your life, if you're struggling with someone else, take a moment and separate your energy from that person and right, take accountability for your part in it. And your part, and don't scream at me, don't say, I haven't done anything. For you to be upset, you've done something. Maybe not outwardly. It could just be that you're allowing it to bother you and you're allowing it to spin and you're maybe gossiping about that person. We've all done that, right? I'm having a hard time. I'm not gossiping about this person. I just want to talk about what's happening. Well, yeah, you're probably gossiping. Certainly I've been there. Yeah. Yes. So, so influence would be the correct word that I was trying to come to instead of manipulate. Young people are so easily influenced because they're searching to
there's a fine line, isn't there?
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
They're searching to find themselves. They're searching to understand their world. They're searching to understand just everything that's going on in their life, how they're feeling, what they're doing. And then they see these people that they look up to on the TV screen or wherever they're watching, and they want to emulate them. And yeah, I don't remember where we were going with that, but
I said that's a fine line between influence and manipulate.
Yes.
And what I was getting, and this feels so true for the way I look at it, is when influence crosses into no room for the other person's input, when there's no room for the other person to try to make whatever the influence is their own,
yes,
it becomes manipulation.
Yes. And because people that, and I see this sort of twofold too. So I understand that let's take a YouTuber who mostly their channel reaches young people. Okay. And they know that they have millions of followers, they're an influencer or whatever you call it. And they know, yet they don't curb their behavior in a positive way as to not manipulate. I think there's a manipulate. They can unknowingly, like both of our channels, neither of our channels are for children. And we put it on there. We do not do that because we don't think it's information for children to have.
Right.
We know that younger people watch our channel. You're going to. Especially the paranormal stuff. Kids are going to watch it.
You're right.
And we are still we take precautions though to keep that from happening. And we try to be as honest as possible, not just because of the children, but everyone watching. We feel we have a responsibility to be honest and to put correct information out there. We don't fake anything. We don't lie about what we're getting. We're as truthful as possible. Not everyone is like that.
True.
Not everyone is like that. And they purposefully try to manipulate. That's manipulation. That would be, they're not just, they know they can influence a lot, and especially kids. And so they lie and they fake and they do all kinds of crap.
Wow.
Yes. And I'm not sure, how did we get on this subject anyway, this topic? I don't know how that happened. It just sort of morphed
of influencing and manipulation from Judgment.
Oh, that was it. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Which is such a bad road to go down. The judgmental part is hard on the person.
So how do we, as humans who need to use judgment in everyday life?
Yes.
Every day?
Yeah.
Really? Yes. Every day.
Yes.
Every day. How do we keep ourselves from using our judgment and yet keep it from going to being judgmental?
Oof.
What comes is staying present. Staying present.
No, wait. Oh, having a grasp on why you're doing what you're doing.
Yes.
And what were you going to say?
Staying in your own lane.
Stay the hell in your own lane. Yes.
Yeah.
I know that's an old saying and it still is fabulous. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Whether it's in your own lane, your own side of the street, your own backyard, your own house.
Yes. All of that.
Excuse me.
And pay attention. And I think also too is pay attention. Yeah, it's the why. Why am I doing this? And I have done that. I used to, and I know I've confessed to this. I used to be a huge gossip. Oh my God. I was just horrific. And when I realized that, talk about being judgmental, and some of it was just, it would just spew out with, I wasn't even thinking. I was just talking about people or what. It was just ugly, so ugly.
Well, that was trying to get a need met, right?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think I was trying to make friends or just feel connected.
Yeah.
And what an awful way to get connected with someone is to gossip. I mean, really, isn't that just like, that's a bad one.
And we're also taught.
Yes.
We are taught how to do that.
And who wants to be friend? If I'm talking about so-and-so to you, it's pretty likely that I'm talking about you to, that's the person that I was. Why anyone ever told me anything is beyond me. Like, why in the world would you tell me anything? Because I'm going to go blab it somewhere. It was horrible. Yeah, but I had to start with, or I remember I'd be in mid-sentence and in my head I'd be going, Pam, why are you saying this? What? Hello, why are you even doing this? And that was kind of the start of it. And then I would stop myself. And then I would say, okay, how am I feeling right now? What is going on? Why do I feel the need to, what is the purpose of me yammering? And then finally it got to the point of, holy cow, I was really being mean. I was really doing that person dirty, the one, whoever I was talking about. Like,
Mm.
that is a really awful thing to do, is to talk badly about someone, to gossip about someone. That someone, that's just a, um, for the person doing the gossiping, that's a soul crusher. And it is also for the person that you're talking about.
Hmm.
It's just so unkind. Hmm. But
It can be a real, it could be a real trap.
oh man,
Um,
it's a cycle for sure.
yeah, it's it's like a cyclone. That's what I'm being
Yes,
shown. It's like
yes.
a cyclone.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I remember getting, so I'd be that, and then I'd leave that job and I'd start a new job and I'd tell myself, okay, I'm not going to do that this time. I'm not, and I'd be right back in there doing it again.
Mm,
Yeah. That was a tough one. That was a
yeah.
real, because it wasn't about gossiping. It was about how awful I felt about myself. I was judging myself. Talk about judging. I was judging myself heavily and trying to get some needs met. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Woof. Absolutely.
We do crazy things when we're trying to get those needs met.
Yeah, certainly. And we often, not all of us, but we often will take it out on other people. It always hurts us, but we, right? Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. I used to do that. I'd
sure.
like to think used to. Still do sometimes.
Well, we're human. It slips out sometimes, but I would think
Okay.
way better than you used to be.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. 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 Punishing people, wanting them to feel as bad as I did.
yes.
It didn't matter the reason why you felt bad. I just wanted you to feel
Right,
bad.
right. Yes. Yes. Because, and usually, I would assume, usually it was because you were going through something or you felt like shit, whether that was really apparent to you or not. You didn't feel good about you, so you were going to bring everyone down with you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
I think I pretty much always knew I didn't feel good about me.
I think we do know.
Uh-huh.
I think that's why we're trying so hard to get out of it. And most of us, when we do that, we don't do it in a positive way.
No, and to be able to do it in a positive way takes having another person that you're safe with
Yes.
who is going to hold space for you, who's
Yes.
going to allow you. And that,
And point it
excuse
out
me,
to you, and point it out to you in a kind way, but point it out to you.
I think nowadays people are probably more open to that kind of a connection.
Yeah.
But 20, 30 years ago,
Oh.
um, certainly when I was a teenager,
Hmm.
it just wasn't safe. It
Right.
was not safe to talk about how you felt about yourself
No.
because the person you were going to be talking to felt the same way about themselves and they could not
Did we even know
separate.
that was a thing?
Probably not.
Like, I don't even remember, like, teenagery 20, whatever. I started some counseling when I was in my 20s, but even then, I don't think that I brought it back to me. I still, we're not taught to
Oh.
talk about how we're feeling. And then who the hell are you supposed to talk to? If your parents are the abusers, how do you talk to them about it? How do you say, I'm sorry, this hurts me? This, like, you just don't.
Even if the parent isn't the abuser.
Correct. Yes.
I mean, in a perfect world, in the best case scenario, yes, you can go to your parents.
Right.
However, if your parents are still as wounded
Yes.
as they've always been,
Yes.
it's not safe because
Right.
they aren't going to be able to hear you. Their own wounding is going to be triggered. They're going to try and put a band-aid on it.
Yes.
They're going to try and build you up
Yes. Immediately.
without digging out.
Yes.
You cannot build a solid foundation of self-love
Right.
on the root balls of self-loathing.
No. The root ball. I like that. Yes, they're not.
That's what they just showed me, was these big
Right.
old root balls of self-loathing.
Or you have plenty of parents.
Yeah.
I remember this when my kids were small. Plenty of parents, like one of my kids would, they have arguments with other kids. And, things happen and they say things. And then the other kid would tell their parent, and the parent would immediately get mad at my son. And sure, my son there's enough blame to go around, but there's those parents too that, oh, my child is perfect. There is nothing. And then they go right. And what is that? That doesn't help their child either come into terms with what they're feeling.
Yes.
So
Yes.
either way, it's like, well, what the hell?
And, hopefully there is somebody who can say, hold up.
Yes.
And there is enough blame.
Yes.
This may have happened here. This also happened here.
Yes.
Everyone has a part to play.
Yes. And I was certainly not the best mother. I was still pretty, whatever, wounded myself and all of that. But one thing I did try to get my kids to do is that own up to their own shit. Even when I didn't. Because I think I must have known that's what you need to do. But I didn't do it myself, but I tried to teach them to, and I don't know if they learned that very well or not. But yeah, it does no one any good for you. You need people to call you. You need people to say, "Hey, what is your responsibility in this?"
Sometimes, yes.
Own your shit in this. Even if I was a
And
total victim and my shit was just holding on to that pain for so long and it turned into resentment, that's on
right.
me. That's not on
Yes.
the other person at that point. That's on
Yes.
me.
Yes. And I don't know. Sometimes it takes a lot of processing, a lot of time, a lot of understanding all the different nuances
Hmm?
to be able to really see your own part.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Um,
Life
because sometimes
experience.
life experience,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes there's a lot of brambles to cut through
Woof.
before you can
Yeah.
really see what part you played
Yes.
in any circumstance.
Mm-hmm. And then if you have that narcissistic mother like I had, and many people have a narcissist parent, or maybe they have married
Sure.
that type of person or something, and then the gaslighting. So they appear to be, like, okay, I'll take responsibility for loving you too much. It's like, what the fuck? That's not taking responsibility. It's not, that's just flat out gaslighting. Yeah, something that, because I was thinking about my mother, and that was like the things that she would say. She'd make herself, yeah, it's just bizarre. It's like, it's a wonder I learned anything. Okay, I'll take
I'm
my.
trying to think, in what circumstance would that even be a thing to say?
I think if you were asked my mother, she'd say, "Well, what circumstance wouldn't it be appropriate? When wouldn't it be okay?" Yes. Because, yeah, people that cannot see themselves, that's a rough one. And we've all been there at certain times. I certainly have been.
Mhm.
And I try so much better to do so much better now and to see see who I am and to admit it and go, oh boy. Yeah.
Yeah. It isn't something though that can, I don't think. I'm checking in here. Because I was going to say, I don't think it's something that can be shoved down our throats.
No.
Yeah, because then we clench against it and we go backward.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we're all freaking human and we have to experience. There is so much about life. Are there better parents than others? Hell yes. But as a parent, I'm thinking, what could I have? There's a lot that I could have done different. However,
Better.
right. However, um, would my kids have taken it differently? I mean, there's so many factors in it. How much of a difference would it make? Because they're still human. They still have their lessons. They still have their wounding to be in, their trauma
Okay,
and everything.
let's bring this back around to fate.
Okay.
You were fated to
Yes.
have these two sons.
Yes.
So,
Because they needed the mess that I was.
yes,
They chose me because they wanted.
yes, because there
Yes,
were
you're
certain
right.
lessons that they
Yes.
knew and you knew
Yes.
that you all would learn
Yes.
in the interaction of being mother and sons,
Yes.
as they did brothers.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm going to add to that, whether this is fate or not, I'm not sure. One thing that both of them do is we can have conversations. Like if I do something really stupid, or say they do, it doesn't matter, but usually it's me, or I'll bring something up. I come to apologize to them because behaviors when they were children, and I know that the behavior they're in right now, it's like, oh shit, I programmed them to do that. Um, they can actually talk to me about that,
Hmm.
which is really
That's
nice.
beautiful.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
Certainly for my growth and my healing, it's huge. It's huge. So maybe I did something right. I should say right or wrong, right? So maybe
Well,
some of what I did, 'cause they can listen. They can't always
mhm.
listen to each other, that's for sure. But that's siblings.
Yes.
That's a
Yeah.
whole other thing. But to
Yes.
mom and dad, they can.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's a beautiful thing.
Yes.
So,
Ooh, my sinuses are bad today. I keep taking my glasses on and off. I don't know which is better.
oh,
When
sorry.
you kind of
And
the fuzzy, oof,
yeah. And I apologize for all the coughing and the sneezing.
allergies.
I'm
Oof.
trying to mute as much as I can. I'm on the downside of a cold, so I apologize. Um, I'm not sure. Oh, you were talking about you chose them and they chose you, that fated thing.
Yes.
Up until today, I don't know that I would have ever asked this question.
Oh,
Is that the case for all children and parents?
yes. We choose. I chose the.
Yes, yes, yes. I'm not questioning that.
Oh, what are you choosing? Or what are you questioning?
But is that always the case?
Is what always the case?
Choosing. Is the choosing of our parents and children always across the board, unequivocally chosen?
I think so. However, now I'm getting okay, no. Most I 99% of the time?
99 point something,
Yeah, yeah,
99.8.
yeah. Because here's something too. Um, something I know, and this I do know, I've heard when I used to be a medium for crossed over spirits, which I don't really do anymore, but that's kind of how I started. I think you all know that. Anyway, a soul can choose, like in vitro, decide get scared. No, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. And then the woman has a miscarriage. And that soul may choose to not go back again in that same. So they had planned to come in together. It was planned that it'd be that soul meeting that soul, that mom, that child, and then the one reneged on it. So I don't know. Do they then? I mean, they could choose another time to come back, say, okay, I'm ready now. I had more work to do before I came into life, and that happens. Or could they choose someone else? Like, could another soul say, well, those are the exact things that I need to learn, and I want to do that. So this is my opportunity to go and do it. I still have there's still, so yes, but there's still this overlying thing that everything is sort of meant to, like it's still planned somewhere to have all those experiences. You can also choose to experience to be aborted or to be that miscarriage. Is that still
that could be part of the contract, right? That's absolutely could be part of the contract.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of deep moving parts there.
A lot nuances, a lot of nuances. Yeah, it's so amazing to me how gray. I'll use the term gray because I used to have such black and white thinking.
Yes, yes. So gray is good.
And boy, all the shades of gray. And the overlapping shades. Because I know this to be true. I have witnessed it. I have lived through it, that multiple things exist at the same time.
Oh boy, yes.
Even when they are appearingly to be contradictory.
Yes.
And we as humans have that capacity to feel those contradictory emotions at the same time, which, oh my God, it can be crazy making.
Oh, yes.
But the more I open up to the world of energy and to the world of spirit, black and white are so far away.
Yes.
They are so far away.
It can also be, since you bring sort of spirit into this and what we do and people's journeys and all of that, everyone's evolution, one of the things we see all the time in our profession is that becomes a beautiful distraction for people. I'm going to go down this path of the whys and the hows, and that way I don't have to think of my own shit. Right? Or people do that all the time with past lives. Now, I think past life, obviously we have them. They do come up once in a while. That is a real thing. Yes, it's interesting, but people.
They want to blame everything.
Yes.
Everything on a past life.
And if you blame it on the past life, you have to blame it on this life too. Right? I mean, that's just the way that is.
But that's the point, right?
Yes.
Is you can blame it.
Yes, you can blame
this on the past life. And
it's another way to not take accountability or to just bypass what's going on in this life. And again, do I think past lives are fascinating? Yes, they're wonderfully fascinating. And is it wrong to find out about some of them? No, no, go for it. But if you're doing it to bypass something that's going on in your life now, yeah, it's just another bypass. It's just another bypass.
Yeah,
it's just another way. And it's for all of you who needed another way to bypass. There you go. It's coming through.
Not recommended though.
No.
You can rest assured though that if you're doing energetic and spiritual healing, if you're on the journey and you're working it, and you're working on your wounding of this life,
Mhm.
and you have wounding to heal that is a part of that from a past life, it's going to come up in one way, shape, or form.
Absolutely.
It's
100%.
going to.
And there are lots. So if you think we've had hundreds, some of us thousands of lives, there's going to be shit that comes up that we didn't fix in those other lives. We have lessons that we didn't learn in those other lives. That's why we talk about it. Man, I don't want to come back and do this crap again. I want to get it fixed this time because I don't want to bring it back, and you will. And what's coming through is we've had so many lives. There is wounding in some other lives that we chose to put on hold, that you can't fix everything in one lifetime, right? Or maybe
Sure.
it so contradicts or something, like it would just be a big old cluster F and there's no way
Sure.
to do it. So then the next life, you're not taking through what happened in this one. You're reaching back saying, oh yeah, I didn't fix those ones, so I'm gonna
It's time to go. It's time to go there.
yeah, it's very complicated. It's above my pay grade, really, in a lot of ways. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's complicated, but that is another way to bypass. Oh, it happened in a past life.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Or that is someone I've known in a past life. When people get really fixated on another person, like they're this, what we would call trauma bonding. Some of their ways to get out of that trauma bond is to say, oh, well, I knew him from a past life, or we were such good friends in a past life. And it could be true.
Could be,
And it most likely probably is because no one
but
can
it's getting
put it.
misconstrued and
Yes,
manipulated,
yes.
and yeah,
Because it's
and
about,
used in a very non-helpful way.
yes, because it's about this lifetime and what you're doing in this
Mhm.
lifetime and how do you move through it in this lifetime. So you and I do, that's part of our practice, is that we bring everything into this lifetime.
Mhm.
It's all about this lifetime and what we need to work on here. And some people have issue with that, but
Some do, but how often? I don't know how often, but how often have you had to be working with somebody or even together and we have to go, oh, shit, I'm getting past life. Damn it.
yes, because what that does is can really open up that person to wanting to go explore, like, because
Yeah.
it is fascinating. And so it's like, shit, I have to tell them this was something from a past life. And then they're going to want to go there for a while and explore that. And it doesn't matter. We want to take care of this. Yes. Yes.
It can be really tricky.
Yeah.
I am pretty straightforward about my belief in you want to explore more with your past lives that don't have to do with this. You might want to find someone who specializes
Yes. And there are
in
people who
that.
specialize and they're really good at
Yeah.
it. And there are people who think they specialize in it and are not very
And
good
then
at
I
it. Yeah. So
guess that's the case with everything, right?
yes. Yes.
Yeah.
But really we, I think spirit has really focused us quite a bit on, let's just, this is your job in this lifetime. This is the gifting you have. If you really want to help people, it's about their life this time. It's about this life and where they're
This life.
going.
Yep.
Yes. And
Here and
don't
now.
get sidetracked by all
Yeah.
that other stuff, though it's fun. But yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. My,
Whew.
yeah, my sinuses are really doing something.
Mm.
Do
Well,
they,
the rain has hit us.
and that
Which
always,
doesn't help. Yeah.
you are one of the only people, or only that I remember, who, for a lot of people who have allergies, the rain comes and they're like, oh my God, I can breathe again. Oh my God, this is fabulous. No, not the case with me. It's, yeah. And I think it's because I'm allergic to a lot of mold, different mold spores and things on trees. Yes.
Yep.
And the rain
Yep.
opens those up.
Opens them up.
So there are, I'm
Yep.
sure there are a lot of other people like us too. You just
Yeah.
always hear, oh, it rained, yay! And I'm always like, oh no, it's not good.
We got rain
Not
for a
me.
week now.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 So,
Wah wah.
uh, uh,
Excuse me. Ah.
I think I'm kind of done
Woo.
unless you have other things you want to talk
I
about.
think that was
Yeah.
a great way to wrap
Okay.
it up.
Good. Thank you
Yeah.
everyone for joining us, and certainly wherever you're listening or watching, please subscribe. And if you're on YouTube, like, share,
Yep.
do all that great stuff.
Subscribe, all that good
Please.
stuff. If you want to know more about us, about our services, tcseverydaypsychics.com is where you'll find us.
And I know we've been saying this for a long time, but we're still under construction. But we are getting to it. Our yeah, so there will be
It
more.
will change. It will change.
Yes,
The
it will
website will
start
change.
changing. We've life has gotten crazy, and that kind of went on the back burner. We had all good intentions to get that, we're just filling it with more information is all. So
Yeah.
there's basic information on there,
Yeah.
but more than that is on its way. Yeah. All right,
All
everyone.
right. Thank you.
Thank
Take
you.
care. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.